Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm finally going to be filming my Q&A that I've been wanting to film since October. During October, I asked you guys on my Instagram, so be sure to follow me on my Instagram if you want to be able to ask me questions for my next Q&A. And I like to do these Q&As pretty often, but this one is really going to be about health and fitness because, as you guys know, I am on a new health journey for me. I've been working out with a personal trainer like almost every day since September. And I've noticed such a change in my body and mind and just overall health that I've been getting a lot of questions, and so I started the new series on my channel called Pizza and Protein Shakes because that is what I'm all about. You guys will not see me being like super restrictive on my channel. I'm all about eating good food, but also cheating. I hate even saying cheating, but also indulging, because honestly, for me, I just can't live in a world without pizza. When I was younger, I would say, and I'm gonna do a whole video about my past with eating and struggles, but when I was younger, I will say that I was definitely more restrictive, and I also looked at food as like, not an enemy, but as, I guess, like not an ally, like not quite an enemy, but not an ally. Like, food was not as fun for me as it is now. I looked at food, like I'd feel guilty. I mean, I remember one time I went to Chipotle, and one time when I went to the US, and I was with a friend who I'm not friends with anymore, and you know, weight with her was always kind of a little bit of a competition. And I remember going to Chipotle and feeling really guilty for having rice and like checking the calories and everything before even going, and feeling really guilty for having rice. And I've lived that life, and it's just not the life for me, so now I prefer to balance it all out, and that's why I titled this series Pizza and Protein Shakes, because I don't know, during the week I drink a lot of protein shakes, but I mean one a day after my workout. I also like to indulge in pizza, as you can see from my grocery haul. I asked you guys to leave me questions on Instagram, and I'm gonna go ahead and answer them. I did get some random questions, so maybe I'll do a Q&A that is just like my random questions and not really fitness related. First question is, can you film your workouts? And my personal trainer, Jesse, I will leave his info down below. My personal trainer, Jesse, and I are planning on filming a quick at-home workout video that you can do from the comfort of your home with really not many things. I mean, I'm looking at my floor right now and I have a yoga mat and weights, and I did an extra little workout last night. So we're definitely gonna do a workout. I tell him whenever we do a workout that I've never seen really before on YouTube, or I've never done before, I'm like, we need to add that to the video, because I love doing body weight exercises or lightweight exercises with dumbbells. So Jesse and I are planning on filming a workout video soon. Does my boob job affect my workout at all? No, I was worried about that because we do like machines and stuff, and I was worried like with the, I don't know, I was just worried, but it doesn't affect my workout at all. Honestly guys, boob jobs, like if you go to a good doctor, they're not gonna affect your life at all. I mean, I can sleep on my stomach, I can work out, I can do really whatever. I can honestly do whatever you would do with natural boobs. So if you go to a good doctor, then there's no reason for your life to really be changed in any other way besides having bigger boobs. Have you lost any weight? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess I was kind of scared to weigh myself when this whole thing started. Like I've said in videos in the past, I really am not relying on the scale to be the determining factor in how I feel about my journey with health and fitness. When I was younger, I was really obsessed with the scale. I would weigh myself every morning. If I gained an ounce, it would ruin my day. So I really don't want to get into the habit of weighing myself all the time. I bought a scale, but I haven't even weighed myself. I should also say that with my workouts, with my personal trainer, we're not doing a ton of cardio. I am adding more cardio into my everyday life just because I do want to burn fat. But with Jesse, we do a lot of body weight exercises, machines, so it's really toning. I mean, I don't know if I've lost a significant amount of weight, but I feel like I've definitely gained muscle. And as you guys know, muscle, I mean, people say muscle weighs more than fat, and when I say that, I know that 1 pound is 1 pound. It's like those little things in elementary school, and you'd say, what weighs more, 1 pound of feathers or 1 pound of rocks? And then people would say rocks, you're like, no, they're both 1 pound. Obviously, just using that analogy, 1 pound of rocks would look a lot smaller than 1 pound of feathers. Just like 1 pound of fat is way bigger than 1 pound of muscle. So when I said that, that's what I meant. I can tell a definite difference in my shoulders. I can tell a definite difference in my face. Even like my waist, it's gotten way smaller. Just like, I guess like where you would measure your bra, like my waist, not my waist, but I guess like underneath my boobs has gotten way smaller. My ass is like so lifted, and I actually have a butt for the first time in my life. So really, when I started working out, of course I wanted to lose some of the weight that I had gained, but weight loss wasn't my #1 priority. I really wanted to tone up, get stronger, and work on myself mentally and physically. So I'm sure I've lost weight. I mean, last year I wasn't working out. I was eating whatever I wanted, not drinking a ton of water, drinking Diet Coke almost every day. So now I work out almost every day. I'm way more careful with what I eat. I drink a ton more water. I have maybe 1 or 2 Diet Cokes a week. So there's no way that I wouldn't be losing weight, but it's not my thing that I'm going crazy about. What struggles have you had with food and weight gain in the past? From being a heavier kid to then losing weight, then gaining some back, and now starting to get back into the healthy groove. I think that I've always had struggles with food. I've talked about this a little bit in the introduction, but I did look at food as kind of like an enemy from when I was younger, because I don't know, I think when I was around 10 years old, I started going to see a nutritionist, and I just always looked at food as like something that I couldn't have too much of. So I always looked at it as something that, I don't know, it just wasn't fun for me. When I was 15 years old and I started losing weight, I lost a significant amount, and then during my graduating year, I did gain some back, and then in my first year of CJEP, I lost a lot of weight, and that was really through, sticking to my 1,200 calorie a day diet and exercising, and just being really like strict and stressed about food. And then last summer I went through a really difficult time. I had dropped a lot of weight really, really fast during that difficult time, like 15 pounds. So I was really the skinniest I'd ever been, because I wasn't eating. Then when I started eating again, I started gaining weight back, and I guess I thought, well, I lost so much weight, I can eat whatever I want, and even if I gain a little back, it's not the end of the world. But then I just gained too much back for my body frame. I'm 5'3", so I am pretty, small. I'm a short girl, so even if I just gained 5 or 10 pounds, it doesn't spread out as it would if you were 5'8" or 5'9", 5'6". Those, your height really does affect how you carry weight, and everyone's body is different. I mean, of course I have struggles. I think everyone has struggles with certain things. Weight will continue to be a struggle with me just because I don't really have a good metabolism, but I feel really happy in my current lifestyle with exercising. It's really good for my anxiety. I feel really good with exercising because it motivates me to eat better, and I'm really lucky that I have, a personal trainer like Jessie, who is so motivating and so encouraging, and we just clicked really well. I'm super lucky to have Michelle because I go to the gym with him almost every day. If you could recommend one diet tip and one workout/exercise that are most effective in getting healthy, what would they be? One diet tip I would say that really helps me is to find alternatives to my favorite foods. So alternatives like, for me, instead of drinking Diet Coke, I have sparkling water. And just make sure your sparkling water doesn't contain aspartame, because that's really not good for you. I replace Diet Coke with sparkling water. I love chips and salty foods and french fries and stuff like that, so I make kale chips instead of having that. I love chicken tenders and like french fries, so I did a cooking video on how you make chicken tenders using shake and bake, which shake and bake really adds very, very few calories, no oil, no frying. You bake it in the oven and you have really good chicken tenders. So for me, my #1 diet tip would just be to find alternatives to your favorite foods, because you don't need to go without chicken tenders. You don't need to go without, a yummy, salty, crunchy snack. You don't need to go without, even if you like chocolate cake, you can make like a chocolate protein cake. You really don't need to go without. So that would be my #1 diet tip. And then my exercise tip would just get moving. I hate exercise, I really do. That's why I'm very thankful that I have a personal trainer, because if I make an appointment with him, I have to go. So one exercise tip that I would say is just get moving, even if it's walking around your block a few times, even if it's an at-home workout that you do on your TV or on YouTube. Do it. Just a little bit of activity really helps. Going into this new healthy lifestyle, what were your problem areas that you wanted to slim/tone? For me, my problem areas have always been my arms. My legs tone up really, really easily. Even when I was overweight, I always had really nice legs. I have to thank my mom for that. So my legs were not really a problem area for me. Definitely wanted to get a booty, so that's something I really wanted to work on, because, I don't know, I mean, who doesn't want a nice ass? And then my butt and my arms, and then abs, but abs are really made in the kitchen. It's like 90% diet and then 10% exercises. Like Jesse always tells me, he's like, you could do as many ab exercises as you want, but if you're not eating properly, it's not gonna show. So for me, definitely arms, butt, and abs are what I really wanted to work on. What advice can you give to first-time gym goers? I have gym anxiety and get too scared to go. Honestly, I can't really suggest anything that would be helpful because I have the same anxiety that you do. I'm really lucky because at my gym, I go to Monster Gym. At my gym, personal trainers can, you know, pay a monthly fee to have access to a private studio. So Jessie does pay for the private studio, so I'm very rarely downstairs in the main gym area, and if I am, I'm with Jessie. Since I go almost every day with Jessie, I'm really at the gym alone. If I do go to if I'm for like today, I don't have a workout because Jessie wasn't training in the morning, and Michelle and I like to work out in the morning. If I'm not gonna go to the gym with Jessie, I have a gym in my apartment complex, so I would just go there. I totally understand that anxiety because I have that same anxiety. It's super overwhelming when you see, you know, the bodybuilders and really fit people, and then, but you also have to keep in mind, I mean, for me, it's always been an anxiety thing for me. I've never been able to go to the gym alone. I would say go with a friend. I mean, when I used to go to another gym, Mansfield, I would go with my friend Brandon or my sister Tony. Honestly, I wish I could give you a good solution, but I think what I would say and what I should probably tell myself is that everyone is in the gym for the same reason. They want to better themselves. I know that gyms can kind of have drama and be dramatic sometimes, but everyone's there for the same reason. They want to get healthy, they want to live a healthy lifestyle, and you know, you see people of all shapes, all sizes, all ages in the gym, and everyone's there for the same reason. So I would just keep that in mind. Something that's even helped me, like just in life, it's like I used to always think people would be like, no, like looking at me, not because like, oh, looking at me, but like, especially when I was younger, I had really bad social anxiety. And I made a video about social anxiety way before it was like trendy to do videos, like my anxiety story, blah, blah, blah. Like I always, even like with my boob job, like I was one of the first people to really document my boob job. So I'm not saying like I had really bad social anxiety just like every other YouTuber. I posted a video like years and years ago while I was in high school. I had really bad social anxiety. I couldn't go to the cafeteria at lunch. I couldn't do little things like that because of my social anxiety. But what my therapist taught me, it's like doing something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, even if it's a little thing, can really help you in the long run. I know when I was in high school and I had really bad social anxiety, my therapist, she like would give me challenges. So one thing would be to go up and get like a straw or a napkin by myself and come back to the table, which seems really little, but for me and for someone with social anxiety, it's really not a little thing. So I would just try and keep in mind that people aren't looking at you. Like even at the beach, like sometimes I get self-conscious in bathing suits. I would think, well, I mean, do I look at other people and like really critique them? No. And if people do that, then that's their problem. They shouldn't be focused on other people. So I would just say, if you feel like you want to go to the gym, go to the gym, put your earphones in and just get your workout done. So my girl, Dr. Dre, asked, what habits have been the hardest to change and or adapt? And what advice would you give someone trying to make changes? The hardest thing I think for me is, I mean, when I'm alone, it's not like, I would rarely ever go out and go get McDonald's, or I would rarely go out and get pizza. When I'm home alone, I rarely will ever make myself tater tots or, you know, frozen foods. But my boyfriend Mike, a lot of people have been asking if Michelle's my boyfriend, if Mike's my boyfriend. Michelle's my best friend, Mike is my boyfriend. But Mike is an athlete, he's been an athlete his whole life, so he burns calories really, really fast. And if he wants pizza at night, I'll make it for him, and I love pizza, and it's hard for me to not have a piece. Or he loves tater tots, so if I make tater tots for him, it's hard for me to not have some. So that's definitely been hard for me, but I have gotten better. I mean, I think I have gotten better in terms, like I'll have a little bit, but I won't have as much. At the end of the day though, for me, I'm not training for a competition. This is my life, and if I want to have pizza, you know, I might not be here tomorrow. I guess my advice to people trying to make the same changes as me is, like I said before, just find alternatives to your favorite unhealthy things that you love, so it doesn't feel like you're going without. Like I love sparkling water, I love kale chips, I love my shake and bake dinners. So just find, you know, just by finding healthier alternatives to my favorite things makes me feel like I'm not going without, and I don't feel like life is about going without. I think it's just about making healthier decisions. So if that means having one Diet Coke instead of 14 Diet Cokes a week, then that's better. You've been focusing on your health like working out, so how have you been working on your mental health like anxiety? Are you on meds? And how are you dealing with the daily nausea? I asked because I have the same issues and need advice. I have never gone on medication for anxiety. When I was struggling with depression, my doctor did prescribe me medication, but I didn't take it. I don't know, I don't want to be dependent on a medication. I do have anxiety medication for if I am having a panic attack, but that hasn't happened in a while, knock on wood, so I haven't had to take that. Last year, I can't explain it, but I felt like I was way more anxious overall. I almost felt like I was like a wound up, like, I don't know, like a wound up elastic band that was gonna snap because I was so anxious all the time and like almost like angry. And I just feel like working out has really helped with my anxiety. And not to quote Legally Blonde or anything, and I'm paraphrasing, but when you exercise, you release endorphins, which make you happy, and happy people just don't kill their husbands. Exercising daily has definitely helped me overall mentally. I think the people in my life can see it. I think you guys can see it. And I honestly think that if you are really struggling with anxiety or depression, exercise, even if it's at home, even if it's just a walk, getting out there and getting moving really helps, and it has helped me so much. It's been the best. I always say, like, I don't mind paying for personal training because it's like I'm working on my body, I'm working on my health, I'm getting out there. So yeah, that's how I've been working on my anxiety. Do you use an app to track calories / what you eat? I used to use MyFitnessPal a lot, and I still will occasionally use MyFitnessPal, but I don't do it religiously like I used to. I feel like I've been counting calories for so many years now that I kind of know in the back of my mind like how many calories are in it, and I tend to eat a lot of the same foods. So like every morning, I know that my Premier protein shake has 160 calories. I know that my Wassa crackers have 80 calories for 2. I know that my hummus has like 80 calories. I know how many calories are in olives. I know that my Baby Bell has 50 calories. I know how many calories are in chicken and the serving of my rice. So I feel like I don't need to necessarily track it. Sometimes if I feel like I'm going overboard, I might track it, but I don't feel like it's necessary for me at this point. But MyFitnessPal is a really great app to use on your phone. I guess a good question to end this video on is what or who motivated you to start working out? I motivated myself to start working out. I noticed a change in myself this summer. I didn't want to go out as much. I didn't want to see people as much. I was more comfortable staying in. I guess like I said, I was really anxious and like wound up, and I knew I needed to make a change. I was unhappy with how I was feeling. I was unhappy with how I was looking, truthfully, I really was. And I was happy in a sense because I was happy with my friendships and relationships and family, but I wasn't happy with myself. So that's why I started working out and wanting to work out regularly, making healthier changes. It's weird because I've done this before. I know how to do it, but this time I really needed the push. And so that's when Michelle and I contacted Jessie, and then it's just been uphill from there for me. It's just changed my life so much for the better. So I started working out because I knew that I wasn't feeling the best I could. I know that I wasn't treating myself the best I could. I was not as confident as I once was, and I knew that I needed to make a change, so that's what I did. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I hope you guys enjoyed this pizza and protein shakes version of Q and Allie. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know if you like these Q&A videos and if you want me to do another one. If you have any questions that you want me to answer in my next pizza and protein shakes Q and Allie, leave them down below. Maybe I'll do a YouTube version or even a Snapchat version. I've been snapping a lot, so be sure to add me on Snapchat as well. Another shameless promo. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night depending on when you watch this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.